Hey, Bears fans, if you want any indication as to whether you've made the right moves, because I understand last year might leave a mark, because last year, right around this time, when it was obvious you were taking Caleb, and it was so obvious that right now is when you picked up Keenan Allen, right? Remember that from the Chargers, who made that decision to move on from him right at this point last year. Mm-hmm. And then Keenan Allen, a Cal guy, showing up to USC's pro day, right? Just normally would be like waving a red flag in front of a bull. But we understood why he was there. And the general manager, Ryan Poles, was there, and Eberflus was there. And if you remember, Brea was telling us they were basically installing the offense, using the pro day and the top 30 visit to start front-loading the playbook into the brain of Caleb Williams. And, they get DeAndre Swift. And they get Rome Odunze in the draft. And they get all of this stuff that led us to believe that Caleb Williams was as set up for success as any rookie quarterback has been in some time. That was the conversation, right? You were saying Bears might make the playoffs.
Yeah, there was a sneaky playoff pick, sure.
Like, the only time we got to pump the brakes is when was Jalen Johnson the one who came on and said, message to Bears fans is be patient. Mm-hmm. And we were all like, what does that mean? He kind of might have.
He was kind of right.
He was dropping a breadcrumb maybe or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so that's the reason why I bring this up, because, it's kind of happening again. Ben Johnson, you beat the Raiders to that punch and everyone else to that punch. Ben Johnson can sit here and say, oh, my wife and I, we went to a Cubs game. That's part of the reason why we're here. We love Chicago. Like, sure. But they put the money out there for this guy and made it a no-brainer for him to take the job in Chicago. And then all the moves that they've made in free agency. So once again, I think Bears fans are kind of maybe on edge to say, is it happening again where we're going to fall for a banana in the tailpipe because we're listening to all the rose petals being thrown at the feet of Ryan Poles, the GM, and ownership for letting him make these right decisions?
Back-to-back offseason winners.
So here's an indication as to that you've made the right moves. Because Amon-Ra St. Brown, I think the only time he normally works blue is when he puts it in his hair. But he and his brother on their pod were talking about the Bears' moves. And you tell me if this sounds like a concerned individual.
Bro, I feel like the Bears have unlimited money. This crazy. Every time they're just signing new for like $40, $50 million.
Boom. Hey, yeah, they're trying to make sure shake.
Boom. Jonah Jackson, bang. Drew Dahlman, bang. Deo, I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
No, go give it a try.
I'll try Deo Adeyingbo. I saw like crazy.
Yeah.
A crazy amount of money. Grady Jarrett, bang. Like, they're just breaking everybody off.
They're trying to get an O-line for Caleb.
They have unlimited money. What the is this?
I mean, their cap space is they probably have a high cap space.
Got me hot. Ben's just making moves left and right. I'm like,
yeah, it's Equanimous, and Amon-Ra's the one who is talking like a truck backing up, and he's like, Ben's making moves. Because if there's anybody who knows what Ben Johnson can do with the right tools, it's definitely Amon-Ra St. Brown. Mm-hmm. And him seeing the moves that are being made with Ben Johnson being the one now atop the coaching flow chart. Look at this screen grab we have of him slapping his head. Like, if I'm a Bears fan, I hear this soundbite and I'm like, okay, we're doing the right things now. Hitting the line, both sides. Ben Johnson is now the guy. Because last year, I think that was the general sense, if I may say, was, okay, we're making all the right moves, but keeping Eberflus, was that the right move? That was kind of the undercurrent the entire time, wasn't it?
Yep.
from Bears fans. I think I'm being accurate. I'm not trolling, hitting any low-hanging fruit, because you know how I feel about Eberflus.
Mm-hmm. Eberflus.
He's Odighizuwa's new defensive coordinator, and you should be pleased about that. He is outstanding. You should be. You absolutely should be. But as the HC, I don't know. If there's somebody who knows what Ben Johnson can do with the right setup, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown, and him having this reaction to the Bears' second straight offseason win, right? As you mentioned.
So far, yeah. They've been big winners.
I think that's a good indication that the Bears are doing the right thing. Because it didn't sound to him like he's otherwise he'd be like, yeah, I'm not terribly concerned. I mean, I don't know if he would say such a thing into a podcast microphone. But that's on the St. Brown podcast right now. Was Equanimous kind of, because he played for the Bears, is he kind of, is he kind of egging him on a little bit too? Did you see that? Or is that brother egging on the other?
They got a lot of cap space. And
go ahead, try to pronounce it. Go ahead.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that can't pronounce these guys' names.
So, throwing that out there. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.